Greetings and welcome, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, to Black World TV, the new black media, your black and intelligent news source.
Melanin comes with compassion. Melanin comes with soul. That we call it soul. We soul brothers and sisters. That's the melanin that connects us. Right. So the people that don't have it are a little, and I'm gonna say this carefully, are a little less. So then they're acting out of fear. They're acting out of low self-esteem. They're acting out of a deficiency.
Black World TV, the new black media. Today's broadcast is about Nick Cannon and a talk show that he had planned to air later this year. Family, did you guys know that he had a talk show that was coming up? Sure did. After announcing time away from his radio program, Nick Cannon has also had his upcoming talk show pushed back following his recent alleged anti-Semitic remarks on his podcast. According to a joint statement from Lionsgate and its syndication company, Debmar-Mercury, Cannon's talk show will no longer debut this year. His show, titled Nick Cannon, was scheduled to launch October 5th, 2020. Quote, after conversations with Nick, we do believe that his public comments don't reflect his true feelings and his apology is heartfelt and sincere, unquote, the statement continued. We want to continue the healing process as he meets with leaders of the Jewish community and engages in a dialogue with our distribution partners to hear their views, unquote. The statement indicates that the companies are looking to air Cannon's show by fall of 2021. Quote, we are standing by Nick in our hope that by fall 2021, he will be able to use his extraordinary talent and platform to entertain, enlighten, and unite his audience on the Nick Cannon talk show. The statement continued. Quote, Lionsgate and Debmar-Mercury condemn anti-Semitism, racism, and hate speech. It runs counter to everything we stand for, unquote. Family, as you heard me read that, I know you're probably shaking your head because, see, we know that even though they call us on every little thing that we might say against them, and they turn around and they say that they condemn anti-Semitism and racism and hate speech and all the rest, see, what they do is that their actions prove louder than their words. Because if you look back on their platforms, you'll notice that they have tokenism going on. They say that they condemn anti-Semitism, racism, and hate speech, but yet they engage in it daily when they exclude us in many, many, many different aspects of these platforms. But yet they come out on their platforms that they own to try to tell us or convince us that they condemn these things. But yet their actions don't prove it. Especially when you question their tokenism that they have on these platforms. But I digress. Cannon's apology came a day after Viacom CBS cut ties with the TV host and was followed quickly by a supportive statement from Fox, which said it would keep him as host of The Masked Singer. It reads, quote, "First and foremost, I extend my deepest and most sincere apologies to my Jewish sisters and brothers for the hurtful and divisive words that came out of my mouth during my interview with Richard Griffin," Cannon tweeted Wednesday evening. I'm not going to continue on with his tweet because we know exactly what that was about. But I will go down, and it says, Cannon further said he wanted to assure my Jewish friends, new and old, that this is only the beginning of my education. I am committed to deeper connections, more profound learning, and strengthening the bond between our two cultures today and every day going forward. This was an about face for Cannon, who had hours previously stopped short of apologizing for a controversial discussion on his podcast with Professor Griffin, a former member of Public Enemy who was fired for making alleged anti-Semitic remarks back in 1989. During the discussion, Cannon promoted alleged anti-Semitic conspiracy theories and praised Louis Farrakhan. Now you have to understand, family, as I just read that sentence, that is the issue that white America has, that he praises Louis Farrakhan. And we know that white America has a full-fledged hatred, as they claim that they condemn hatred of any kind, as they condemn bigotry of any kind. They do this to our black leaders, namely Louis Farrakhan. We know this for a fact. They can't hide that truth. But I digress. Cannon, who created and hosted Viacom-owned VH1 sketch comedy series Wild 'N Out, shared a lengthy statement to his Facebook account earlier Wednesday, saying he was deeply saddened that the network refused to use this opportunity to grow closer together and learn more about one another. He also demanded ownership of Wild 'N Out. Cannon, 39, has been partnered with Viacom for over 2 decades. Wild 'N Out has aired on Viacom's MTV and VH1 since it debuted in 2005. Season 15 premiered in April 2020. Quote, "Instead, the moment was stolen and hijacked to make an example of an outspoken black man. I will not be bullied, silenced, or continuously oppressed by any organization, group, or corporation," a defensive Cannon wrote in the earlier Facebook post. "I am disappointed that Viacom does not understand or respect the power of the black community," unquote. Again, family, as I said earlier, actually, no, let me finish this part off. The statement continued. When Viacom CBS fired Cannon Tuesday, the network said in a statement, "It condemns bigotry of any kind, and we categorically denounce all forms of anti-Semitism." And like I stated to you, their actions speak louder than their words. The statement continued, "While we support ongoing education and dialogue in the fight against bigotry, we are deeply troubled that Nick has failed to acknowledge or apologize for perpetuating alleged anti-Semitism, and we are terminating our relationship with him." You see, they were very cowardly because, see, Nick Cannon opened the door for dialogue. He opened the door for clarity, but they slammed that door because they didn't want to deal with the truth. They didn't want to deal with the facts. I also want to state that Nick Cannon's podcast that sparked the controversy, you know, some of the things he said, like, quote, "The people that don't have melanin are a little less." When they didn't have the power of the sun, it started to deteriorate them. So then they're acting out of fear, they're acting out of low self-esteem, they're acting out of a deficiency. Well, those talking points, rest assured that Cannon is no dummy if you know anything about Nick Cannon, then you know about his scholastic achievements. You know that he is constantly reaching for the stars when it comes to enlightening himself. The problem is this network and many other white supremacist owned networks, they never want to deal with the facts or the truth. That's why, as a matter of fact, I'm going to give a shout out right now to InFact. Because see, they have a mantra that says facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. And see, these networks that are owned and operated by white people, by Europeans, they operate on their feelings. That's all. They don't operate on facts. It's just their feelings. And so I'm not going to continue with this article. What I'll do is I'll probably pin the URL in the comments section if you want to read the entire thing. But at the very end of this article, there's a tweet by Nick Cannon. And it says, actually, no, I'm not even going to read it. I'm going to let you check it out. I'm going to let you check it out, what it says. But I did want to cover one other thing here. And it was about how he felt about Black America. And basically, I can't find it right now, but basically he was referring to how not only the Jewish community came at him, but he was also concerned about how the black community was coming after him. And so I just want to state for the record that Nick Cannon, there are a lot of native black Americans who stand with you. There are a few out there who are loud and obnoxious who are against you. I want to state for the record, my brother, be strong, stay strong, and keep striving for the best. Keep striving for excellence, because that's what we do. That's what black people do. Black excellence. As I close this broadcast out, I want to repeat something that came from our ancient history, and that is par excellence of the blacks. Par excellence of the blacks. That is a well-known ancient mantra. That's concerning black people. Native black Americans too, included. Black World TV, I'm out.